Oh, sorry, go ahead.
On this capital projects, is there anything that you would prioritize?
Well, the roof and the breezeway windows across the street, the roof more than anything, you know, if you've got a bad roof, you can damage the whole building. And you gotta have a good roof on your buildings. I got an estimate in 2022 to put a roof on, and it's 2024. And some of those hard rains that we had this year, we had leaks. We had several leaks.
That's the reason I asked about the Kenner building, because I know a roof and a foundation is the two most important things in a structure. And I didn't know about, of course, I was out for 8 years there as commissioner, came back in 18, and I didn't know what had been done to the Kenner building, and it hadn't been mentioned, to my knowledge, about where the foundation had been fixed. And that's the reason I asked that question.
So, those are the biggest priorities that I have right now. The glass and the breezeway connector leaks, it's foggy, it's freezing cold in the winter time, it's burning up in the summer. This grant, and that's next on our list, right? I'll talk about the grant. Okay, it is a historical preservation grant. It's for courthouses only. And you have to qualify. You have to send them a letter of intent, tell them what you're wanting to do, what your project's gonna cost. They gave us a very small window to get all this information together. And there's a potential for us to receive $500,000 to do work for our courthouse. So the first thing Mark and I did was look at our timeline, and our biggest projects would be the roof and the glass breezeway. I called our architect that's been working with us at the Justice Center, and he fell right in and gave me some quotes. So the breezeway total project, he's quoted at $145,475. The roof, and that would be replacing the skylights. There's 2 skylights over there, and you would want to replace those while you're replacing the roof. That total project's $552,570, which would bring us to a total of $698,045. Now, these are rough estimates. We can use up to $715,000. They would pay $500 of that, and we would pay $215. So whatever I can't tell you what our match would be, because we don't know how much those projects are gonna cost. I threw both of those projects in there. First of all, they're our biggest projects that we have. I can replace HVAC units one at a time, but I can't put sections of a roof on. It's gotta be a total project. And the same thing with the glass breezeway. We felt like those were the 2 most important projects we have and the most costly projects. So we could have a potential, if we receive this grant, there's no guarantee we will, completing $698,000 worth of projects for $209,000. Now, we will probably not hear from this. If they give us the go-ahead after the letter of intent, that will be awarded in June. Then they will put out a grant application. We will probably not hear back from that until August or September. I think that timeline's pretty fair, Nancy.
You know, so they're running behind on grants, so maybe October.
So we would not know, and we would not need to vote to put the money in place until October or November. But we want to send a letter of intent. It doesn't obligate us to anything. But these are 2 projects that we're gonna have to do. And we felt like if we could get $500,000 to do that it would greatly benefit Hawkins County.
And this will probably not be a repeat grant, so this would be the only.
You're exactly right. They had a a lot of money left over from the historic preservation grants that they gave out. They're very difficult to apply for, and that's probably why they had so much money left over, because it was a nightmare. Nancy was awarded one, and we were too. Mayor DeWitt's gonna speak to you about that in a minute, but they had some money left over, and they are putting it toward courthouses. And we've already asked if we could do the roof in the breezeway area. They said we could, so.
I'm sure there's a lot of other counties applying for the same grants. And I'd say the sooner you get one in, the better.
Yeah, cause this money's gonna go fast.
Yeah.
When they did the historic preservation grant, they had so many and, actually received 35 grants, applications, and so then they had to sort through them. One good thing about us being maybe favorable is that we've been very prudent with the grants that we have received from them, and they know we put it to good use. They're very familiar with Hawkins County, so like you said, and I was in a meeting in Murfreesboro, and they said they need to come in pretty quick though.
So you're looking
Like you said,
today,
there'll be a lot.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
You're looking today just for a recommendation that we submit that letter of intent from this board?
Yes.
Make a motion, we do that.
Second.
The motion has been made and seconded to send a letter of intent in order to secure the historical preservation grant. What's the grant, who is the grant funding agency?
State Tennessee.
From the state of Tennessee. Any other discussion? Seeing none, when Miss Sarah finishes writing, we'll call the roll.
Charlie Thacker,
Yes.
Jason Roach,
Yes.
John Gibson,
Yes.
Nancy Barker,
Yes.
Tom Kerr.
Yes.
5 yes, motion carries.